Hi. It has been a while, but I don't even remember how I did this. Not like it's really that bad, but my name is Amanda, and you can find me on Instagram as this.littlemama.knits. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of knits, but just random things that I've been making because it's been over a month, I think, since I last uploaded a video. So welcome or welcome back. So I'm going to start with the finished objects. So I do have quite a bit of finished socks, which is always exciting. Um, I'm just gonna open a bag and see what's inside. This is a Christmassy bag from Stitching Plaza. It was a collaboration with Pretty Twisted Yarns back in December of 2021. Oh, these are like my newest finished pairs of socks. I finished them um, at the beginning of summer sock camp, which was this past Friday. Um, which, by the way, not like it's like an actual holiday, or maybe it should be in the knitting world, but happy summer sock camp if you are participating. If you guys don't know what summer sock camp is, um, give Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady a follow on Instagram and here on YouTube, and you can find out more information on her profiles on both platforms. But yeah, this is my first entry into the knit along. So these are a fun pair of scrappy socks out of a mini mystery mini set that I got from my friends Sam and Steph of Magically Dyed Yarns. So they don't have a colorway name. They didn't like the set itself did not have a name, so I can't tell you its name. And it's just a one of they were just one of a kind colors, and I wanted them chaotic and not look like they go together. So like sisters, not twins, sort of thing. So that's what I did with these. So now that I've shared them, I can wear them. Right? That's how it goes. Um, yeah. And then in another Stitching Plaza bag, I have another finished pair of socks, and these I am so excited to wear. Oh my gosh, I still have stitch markers on them. My goodness, where is my brain? Um, but these are a finished pair of socks, and I love these because so the yarn is from Fangirl Fibers. Last year um, she did a monthly yarn and I think cross stitch club for A Court of Thorns and Roses, also known as Akatar. And I think I've talked about this yarn before, but this is the skein called Cassian, and I love it so much because Cassian is one of my favorite characters. Cassian, and I mean, if you know Cassian and Nesta, I love it because they're grumpy sunshine, and I think Grumpy Sunshine is probably my favorite book trope. So that might make me a little weird, but we're going to go with it. Also, apologies. It's hot outside and I'm in the office right now because that's where my stash is and it's wonderful. But I have the door closed and I have the ceiling fan on. So if you hear that, I do apologize. I hope you can still hear me. I'm sure you can, but just going to state that fact. Um, but yeah, I still have these light bulb stitch markers on there. And I learned this from Kay to just like put a stitch marker at the 10th of every round so that I have perfectly sized or accurately sized socks that like match, that are like the same size. There we go. So two finished socks. Um, I don't have I don't have it with me because she wore it yesterday, and she's at grandma's. But my oldest, she sorry, I was throwing a ball of yarn in my scrap bin. Um, my oldest, like I said, she turned 4 back in April, and she is currently at her grandparents and having a blast and doesn't want to come home, which is fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. But she's wearing the dress that I sewed her, um, and she just loves it, and it just makes my maker heart happy. It makes my mama heart happy. Just like to see her wear the things that I make her and to see her actually really love them. Like we're at this point in where she's at where we can collaborate on things together. Like I can ask her like, what do you think of having a pink sweater? Do you want to look at patterns together? And she'll look at them with me. Like she picked a sweater for me to knit her in the fall, and like she picked a sweater pattern, and I was like, this is great. And she's been like asking me of all the things that I plan to make her for Christmas. Like and I'll probably talk about that in another episode or something. But I am making both of my girls little like animal stuffies. I'm not gonna knit them. I'm gonna sew them. Um, and she keeps on asking about it, and I'm just like, not yet. It's not time for Christmas yet, so I haven't even started it. So, but she's so fun and so sweet and totally, absolutely, 1000% make worthy. Though speaking of makes, I'm just, I guess I think I said this. I don't have a ton of finished objects, but I do have a lot of works in progress. So, we'll start with the yarny stuff first because I dove into some other stuff. Um, oh, you know what? I think I don't remember if I finished this last episode, but here's an orange hat for my to donate to the pregnancy center in my area. Um, yeah, and honestly, uh, making 12 baby hats, 12 baby sweaters, and crocheting 6 baby blankets. It sounds doable if that's all you're making. At least for me, who like I only have so much time as a mom of 2 girls, one being a baby. And so I don't get to bake as often as I used to. And also the things that I want to make, other than these donation gifts, are things that I want to make for my family. And so I'm not feeling ashamed about it at all. Like I am very glad that I get to make these things for the pregnancy center, and I think it'll go. Um, I I always tell my daughter like they're for a baby in need. Like when she sees me make them and ask why she doesn't have one, and I'm just like they're for a baby in need. And it's like I know a baby's gonna get this and is going to wear this in the winter, so I'm not gonna be ashamed about it. Like there's no reason for me to, but I'm just gonna do what I can. But anyway, that was in my cute little beluga whale project bag. Which, if you don't know me, whales are my absolute favorite animal. Specifically, I love the humpback whale, and the blue whale is just the most mysterious animal to me. And it just astounds me that something so huge, absolutely massive, like just is just swimming in our waters. Like obviously not a danger to humans, but just beautiful, mysterious creatures. Anyway, um, yeah, this is a beluga whale project bag by the Blue Rabbit House, Ava in Belgium, and I have another sweater, another baby sweater I'm knitting out of scraps this time, out of yellow, and this will probably end up being my last sweater if I get around to it at all, which I should. Um, it'll be, I think I can do it. I think it'll be fine. I just need to make the time to do it. That's what it comes down to. But there are so many other things that are like catching my brain right now, and it's summer sock camp, and so par for the course, I want to knit all the socks, which I will talk about in 1 minute. Um, so I endeavored in a couple fabric related makes. One of them is something that I had been wanting to do like since the beginning of this year. I've seen people do it on the internet, and I was like, ooh, I really want to do it. And finally, like, I took a look at the scraps of fabric that I have, and I got these hexagon templates for Christmas, and I just went with it. And so this is English paper piecing, and it is obviously it is not the prettiest of jobs, and it's going to be scrappy and beautiful and wonderful. I'm hoping I can get like a pretty decent little throw out of it for the girls. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just using scraps and making and just adding a hexagon to this. Um, so yeah, and the back is just looks like an absolute disaster, but it is so cool, and I'm having a blast. I honestly haven't touched this in a couple weeks because my mind has, oh, like a couple weeks ago, I just was so overwhelmed in here, like in my mind. I'm like, I want to do all of these things, and I have not made the time to do any of them. And I called it decluttering my mind. I just was like, I don't care. I just want to start them. I don't want to finish them. I just want to start them. So that's when I started English paper piecing. And I started in another endeavor that I wanted to do for a while as well. So I've been really inspired by, I think it's Ryan or Rian or Rianne. Rianne Elise, she came out with a book a couple years ago called Quilting by Hand. And I wanted to try it. I wanted to try stitching a whole quilt by hand. And so I found a quilt pattern, and I bought the fabric. And I let my husband gift it to me for Christmas. Because apparently that's how we work in this relationship. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I love surprises, but he's terrible at surprising. It's fine. It's fine. I've come to accept it and love it. So it's fine. And he does surprise me often. So, but the pattern I chose is the Solstice Lights quilt by Cotton and Joy, and I chose a lot of solid colors. I have them all in this basket right now, and here I'll try to show you guys. It's not going to be the prettiest thing. It's not going to be easy at all. We'll try. It's just an organized, chaotic mess. But it's kind of like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in this, but it kind of gives me some Desert Rainbow vibes. I don't know. But I finished a block. I just said crochet. I almost said crochet. I stitched this entire block by hand all by myself. I did it in less than a week. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is one block, and I think I'm gonna just like join as I go. Because I think that's just how my mind works best. Just like being able to see something completed, seeing something, um, like seeing some considerable progress on something such as a blanket. Because, like, if you're not careful, blankets can take forever. Blankets, like, it can just get boring. And it's like, it's exciting to me to see how much progress I've actually made. So, yeah, this is the Solstice Lights. This is all fabric. I got all this fabric from Joann's, by the way. Nothing special. It's just, and honestly, like, quilting this by hand was so fun. like I had so much fun making this simple block, and I can't wait to stitch some more. I'm always tempted to say like knit or crochet some more, even though it is neither of those things. It is hand stitching. So, um, yeah, I'm excited about the idea of making some more of these. I have to make 42 because I want one. I want it to be big enough for our bed. So, yeah, so that is where I'm at with this beautiful thing. Um, yes, and my last work in progress is going back to the yarny things and back to summer sock camp. So this is out of a bag from, yes, it's from Molly of a Homespun House. This is um, like you kind of get like a free little muslin bag. I don't know if you still do. It's been over a year since I last bought her yarn because she's out in Germany. But I um, yeah, my yarn came in this bag, and so now I use it as a project bag. But I have a pair of socks that I started yesterday, so I am almost done with the cuff. Look at all of these ends. Oh, you know what? I am one of the weird ones. I don't mind weaving in the ends. It like it's oddly satisfying to me. Like it's just it's like icing on the cake almost. It's like just that extra little, not even that. It's just not even that I look forward to it. It's just like it makes me excited because then I feel like the project is actually done and then I can use it. But yeah, this is also Magically Dyed Yarns. I think I talked about this a couple episodes back, but this main color on the cuff, this is Ohana. And then there were 6 mini skeins. I just have to add one more, and I'm doing 5 rounds for each color, and that is um, Artist's Palette. So I just have this sweet little yellow to add, and then I'm gonna do the heel and the foot in the main color, and then I'll just pick one contrasting color for each for the toes, one different one because why not switch it up a bit? I like doing that sometimes because I don't know. I try not to take myself too seriously with my knitting, and it just makes me happy to do it. So yeah, those are my current works in progress. Um, so, on topic of sock camp, let's talk about some socks that I have planned that I hope to knit. Because a lot of them I have like specific plans. Not even a lot of them, just 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. I have like sock plans for. Um, yeah. So I'm just gonna share all the yarn that I hope to use. Not all of it, because that's a lot. It's like all staring at me right here, and I'm just like, how much do I show? I'm just going to show you the ones that I have plans for. Um, so, yeah. So this is Magically Dyed Yarns, and it's the Ice Palace for One sock set. So Frozen themed. My oldest is obsessed with Frozen, so she's gonna get a pair of Frozen socks. And since my baby doesn't have an opinion, she's gonna get a matching pair with her sister because those two love each other. So they're just gonna be plain vanilla socks. Um, I should mention I'm making these socks during summer sock camp, but I'm not gonna gift them to anyone in my family until Christmas because I'll probably talk about this much later, but I like to. So we have a Christmas Eve box, and we open that box on Christmas Eve. I curate the whole thing. I put chocolate in there. a specific kind of hot chocolate that my husband really enjoys. I'll get a mug for myself. I'll get a candle for my husband, and I'll make socks for my entire family, including myself. And it's just one pair for each. So this will be for both of my kids. So I think what I'll do is um, I'll have this soft pink be the cuff for one of the girls, and then the toe be the other, and then for the other kid, I'll switch it up. So this will be the cuff, and this will be the toe. So we'll see. We can probably make that work, right? um, yeah. So I'm excited about this one. So this is from Magically Dyed Yarns, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. So yeah. And second, I talked about this in my last episode. But this is wool and vinyl. Nope, not that one. Schnoodles. It's fine. Sorry, I just was like, oh, that's right. I'm knitting my mom another pair of socks. But I knit them for her every year for her birthday. So I don't know if I'll knit them now. And I did not get the yarn out. So I'll share it next time. But anyway, so this is wool and vinyl in Helena. And so these are going to be a pair of socks for my sister. Um, I haven't knit her a pair of socks in a while, so she's going to get these for Christmas. So because I love her and she loves MCR, and we grew up with MCR, and it's going to make me happy to knit these for her. And I'm also I also have another pair of socks. So this is Fangirl Fibers. It's a sock set. It's Star Wars inspired. It's called I Love You, I Know. And so these are going to be a pair of socks for my husband for Christmas Eve. The other day, we actually were just walking around Madison, and we stopped at a local yarn store called Fiddlesticks Knits, and I was like, what kind of socks would you like? And he picked this sock set. So I'm really excited about it. That's going to be really fun. Like, ooh, that's like, that's my husband right there. Like, his favorite color is red, and I would probably say fall is his favorite season, fall or spring. So, yeah. And speaking of my yarn store shop, I don't have a yarn store shop. My purchase at the yarn store. I also got this for myself because I could not stop staring at it, honestly. So this is Lady Pearl yarns in the colorway Pearl. And oh my gosh. And it's also so perfect and summery. Like, it's sparkly. Can you see those sparkles? Oh, I'm so excited. Um, yeah. And I hope to knit through my ACOTAR stash, my stash of ACOTAR themed yarn, um, some, and some just like old, not old, but like yarn that's been sitting in my stash waiting to be socks for a long time. So I'm just like, this is the year. But I also know that with so much time as a mom of two, I like I have to be realistic. I'm probably only going to be able to knit 10 pairs of socks. I don't know. It really depends on how I'm feeling, how motivated I feel. Yeah. So I better get going. My baby is crying, but thank you for listening. And I'm sorry it's been so long, but have a great day and have a great remainder of May and June. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.